At the same time last year, I realized how painful the consequences of inaction can be. These times are especially hard because it is not just the trouble of the pain and the circumstance of lack that the inaction brings on itself, but it is also the self blame and the guilt that you put yourself through because you didn't work in the first place. Yesterday, I watched a video by Chris Williamson, and there he spoke about his concept of hell. He defined hell as the place where you meet the person that you could have been. At that point of time, perhaps I was in hell because I could clearly see this person who I could have been, and I desperately felt the need to become that person. When we are small, the few responsibilities that we are reminded about them by our teachers and our parents, and we can choose to ignore them without facing much of a consequence. But as we grow old, at some point of time, we do come face to face with our responsibilities, and at that point of time, we cannot choose to ignore it. Well, if we do choose to ignore it, if we do choose inaction, then we will have to be ready to face its dire consequences. You don't guard your health, you will have to face the consequence of having a bad mental health and a bad physical health. You haven't honed your social skills. You haven't honed your social skills and you haven't worked on fostering your relationships, you will have to pay the cost of living a lonely life. You don't take the action of planning for your future, it's not going to work out. You will have to pay the consequence of being controlled by life forever. Life will always have you caught at the ropes and you will be screaming for help.
You're acting like life's got me on the ropes. I want to be on the ropes, okay? I'm letting life hit me till it gets tired. Oh. Then I'm gonna hit back.
On the other hand, if you are taking daily actions, you are in control of your life. You are in control of those things in your life that can be controlled, and you are better prepared to tackle all of those things which you cannot directly control in your life. While others are busy making excuses, you are an example to others of how daily actions taken over the long run can produce massive results. You are the person that you need to be. You are the person that you need to be to give your best to your beloved ones and the world. Your clarity, your mental clarity is in check because you're journaling every day. Your mental health is in check because you're meditating every day. You have your physical health in check because you're doing the required. You have the freedom because you have worked to earn it. Actions can be confused with actions. Confusing? Let's not be confused. Actions that produce results can be confused with actions that don't directly produce results. Now, what do I mean here? Often, the fear of taking actions and the probable failure attached to it scares us so much that we turn blind. We become foolish enough to take those actions which are lower in risk, which make us feel like we are working, but then at the end, it is not an action that produces result. For example, if my job is to produce YouTube videos, then checking the comments and finding out new ideas for YouTube or changing the display picture of my channel is not going to produce direct results. It is the writing the script, shooting, editing and uploading the video that is going to increase my chances of reaching my goal of becoming a better YouTuber. In that case, the actions that don't directly serve my purpose are actions that are not directly related to my results. Hence, we usually tend to fool ourselves because of the fear of failure by doing these actions which make us feel like we are working, but at the end we are not working on the right kind of actions. Ask yourselves, have you been fooling yourself by doing the actions that are easy to be done and the actions that don't actually directly produce results. If you find yourself to be pulled inside the hands, the grasp of inaction, not taking the action and ignoring your responsibilities, not making the choice of working on what you need to work, or if you feel you are entering the grasp of actions that look like they are productive but aren't, then make sure you remind yourself of the dire consequences that you would face if you wouldn't work on them. You could also come back and watch this video to remind you of what needs to be done. Please do watch my other videos as well. I put up a new video on every Thursday, so stay tuned. Until then, this is Nikhil Om Shankar and you're watching NK Snick.